All right, guys.
Johnny.
That was pretty funny. I'll say it.
Maybe I'll change your answer to something really, or your question to something really
Make
hard.
it harder. Yeah.
I don't give a I'm 2 from my last 17. You think this is going to affect anything?
Hey,
he's
never
quick
quit.
to give up, we'll say, about John.
Yeah.
2 and 17.
He was cocky 2 weeks ago.
The highs are high and the lows are low.
Someone's going to have to need to bring
Johnny-
a paper bag tomorrow, by the way.
Everybody in the courtroom, shut up. Week 9 commence. Avery is on a roll. He's the only person to hit his lock of the week for the 2nd time in a row. Johnny, what the f***? This is your 2nd week in a row winning only 1 pick out of 8 games. Get it together. And Sandy, don't act like you're better at sports betting, pal. This is your 4th week in a row losing your Brinks Truck Play of the Week. This court finds Ryan absolutely f***ing guilty in Bankroll for losing 10 units. He's below $2,000 right now, cementing his place in last place.
All right, I'm just going to give it to you straight. If you've been watching this show for the past 2 weeks and fading these picks, you're currently in the Cayman Islands enjoying strawberries at the sunrise every night because we've been the worst pickers of all time. Look at that Chicago game, that Saints game. Absolutely nailed those from the group. Shout out to Avery for being the only one who actually gives us a little bit of credibility. Continues to smash his locks. Let's just hope for some better fortune.
All right. Bankroll, week 9. Fuck Sura, because you know what? Sura's not doing the fucking intro anymore. We're dog shit gamblers. Been a tough stretch for us. Our good friend Johnny here, 2 and
15.
15. He's such a bad gambler that he can't even get his record right. I should honestly be wearing the brown paper bag too because I've been horrible. But this week, we right the ship, boys. Are we righting the ship this week, Ave?
No,
Abe's been fine.
My ship is smooth
Yeah.
sailing.
No.
now.
Are we righting the ship as a crew?
No,
He doesn't want us to. He has
you guys stink at gambling.
He's a
is
comfortable lead at this point.
This is the shit gambler's couch.
Yes.
Sura's
it
kind
is.
of on the fringe.
You know what? You have a really good analogy, Jesse. Dodgers, Yankees. That's what it is right now.
But hey, Yankees got one last night.
Yeah.
We're gonna get one this week.
By the time this is filming, the Dodgers blew a 3-0 lead. By the time this is recorded, by the time this is dropped, the Dodgers blew a 3-0 lead and it's tied. Going
Actually,
back
by
to
the time
LA.
this drops, it'll be, if the Yankees win tonight, it'll just be 3-2 by the time this drops. But
Johnny-
that's neither here nor there.
Johnny, you have anything to say about your performance over
I'm
the last 2
fading
weeks?
myself all picks this week. Every pick I've done is the opposite of what I wanted to pick. So.
Okay, I like that. That's a good strategy. Well,
Beautiful.
let's get into it. The first game we're picking, Chargers against the Jameis Winston-led Cleveland Browns. The Chargers are 1.5-point favorites on the road, and the total's 42.5. We'll start with paper bag. Johnny.
Paper bitch.
Paper bitch.
I have over 42.5 in this game. Jameis Winston absolutely fucking rocks. It is crazy. Like, you take Deshaun out of that offense, you put just a competent quarterback, and all of a sudden they look good. Especially against a good team like the Ravens. So I will be taking the over 42.5 this game. I think Jameis cooks and potentially 2 interceptions.
I will not be taking the over. I'll be taking the under in the game. 42.5 points.
I took the over again. I
You
took
need to
over
be
in the
cleansed.
Chargers,
You need to
but
go.
I just need to, so I'm just doing it. The few things I will say that help. The last 4 games, positive passing game script for the Chargers. They are one of the few teams that have a positive pass rate over expectation. I mean, they're throwing the ball a lot more than what they were in previous weeks. DJ Chark and Quentin Johnson come back for the Chargers, so a little
Ass
bit,
and shit.
a little bit more, a couple more veteran guys for Herbert to distribute the ball to, and then Jameis Winston adds a level of explosiveness to this Browns offense that Deshaun Watson never had, and Nick Chubb, another week for Nick Chubb to get healthier.
You know what? I stared at this over this whole morning, and I was like, I'm not going to. 3 weeks in a row, I've bet the Chargers over, and I've lost. Sura has been there with me.
They won last week.
No, it did not.
No, I had
It actually lost.
it. It was
actually
very
lost.
close.
It almost won, but it didn't. And for that reason, I can't go back. I said, I'm not going to go back to that. I'm going to take motherfucking Jameis Winston plus 1.5. You know what? I saw what I liked last week. I saw a lot of what I liked. Problem is, he didn't throw a pick, so he's probably going to throw a few, like Johnny said. But the Chargers aren't as good as they've been playing. I know their defense is really good. I am so out on this Chargers team, and I'm all the way in on Jameis Winston. So give me the plus 1.5. Definitely not my most confident, but Jameis Winston at home. Give me some points, and Browns win.
Okay, divisional matchup. Dolphins at the Bills. The Bills are 6.5-point favorites. Bills have just been rolling teams the last 3 weeks, and the over/under is 49.5. Ave?
Love the Miami Dolphins in this spot. Love the Miami Dolphins. It's not going to be that cold in Orchard Park.
You did the weather report? Did you check?
Well, I just know the weather's not that bad here, so I'm hoping that the weather's going to be same 45 minutes away from here. I love the Dolphins plus 6.5. Everyone's out on them. The Bills go like normal gambling years. The Bills lose to the Seahawks. but they didn't. They beat the fucking piss out of them. This is the spot where they get back.
Let me break this down for you. So Bills last week, they beat the Christ out of the Seahawks.
They did.
Not a great team. The Seahawks kind of been skidding a little bit, but that game should have been a lot closer than it was. I mean, the Bills team put up 35 plus points. I think this is the week where you saw the Dolphins game last week. They had every chance to cover my lock last week, and they fucked it.
They did. They
this
really
week,
did.
I know a divisional game. I think that's why I'm kind of leaning heavy towards the Dolphins here. I got plus 6.5. I actually bet this as well already.
What did you bet? Plus 6.5.
Plus 6.
Yeah,
plus
I would have
6.
loved to just if we're in the
if it was
buying
at
points.
7 in the buying points industry.
Yes, if
that
you're
would
in
be
the
nice
buying
to have
points.
Wait, are we
7.
playing 6 or 6.5?
6.5 for the
Yeah.
show. So I have 6.5 for the show. I think this is a lower scoring matchup because again, if this becomes a
Miami
shootout,
defense is pretty good. Didn't play well
Yes.
last week, but
I'm a little worried about the
statistically
weather though. I will say if it's raining and shit, I'm gonna hate my Dolphins bet, but I'm willing to go back to Tua. Not my lock this week, but I do really like the Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins. I'm on the Dolphins. I was going to take the Bills, so I like the Dolphins. That's pretty much the only thought process I have. This is a bounce back spot for the Dolphins. They might win this game outright.
Wow. Well, I'm on the Dolphins too.
Yeah.
Plus 6.5. So
that's-
you know what to
that's
do.
lost. Yeah.
All 4 of us on the Dolphins.
You take the Bills.
You take the Bills minus 6.5. But divisional matchup, the Bills own the Dolphins really in the Mike McDaniel era. They're 9-1, I think, the last 10 games. But the spread, I think these games being divisional, they're always a little bit closer. The last two don't indicate that, obviously. But yeah, like the Dolphins, like what I saw last week from the Dolphins, apart from that fumble fuck in the end zone that we saw from the snapper.
Mike
or the
McDaniel,
center.
people talking about him not having a job, I think it's stupid as fuck.
I like Mike McDaniel.
He's obviously, he might be a two merchant, but
No, he's just a
being
competent quarterback.
He's not a,
merchant.
yeah,
Any
yeah.
coach
That's-
Seriously,
that is what I'm saying. Like,
dude,
you
you have
can't say
fucking
that.
Skylar
Tim
Thompson,
Boyle
yeah.
and Skylar Thompson, Snoop Huntley. Like,
I'm sorry.
People
Tim
say-
Boyle in an offense in 2024, and you're getting criticized.
Yeah.
Again, I'm with Abe here for sure. I don't think he's the best
that's not
coach.
an offense you can come in and just
Give him a competent quarterback. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
Give me
Like
Dolphins.
most
Dolphins up, baby. Fins up.
Yes, I like that.
Cowboys versus the Falcons at home. Minus 2.5. Totals 51.5.
I'd like to go
I
first
said
here. So Sura's got the fucking hat on. I'm gonna be backing the boys again. I can't stop. Listen, the Falcons, I'm not there with the Falcons. I don't know if you guys are. I know they're winning games and their offense looks much better. Kyle Pitts 2 fucking touchdowns. Like, that is never going to happen again in this fucking millennium. They have been playing good football. The offense does look good. Beating some good teams here. And on the flip side, the Cowboys look like just the worst team in fucking earth. They're awful. But I'm going to be backing them here. I really want to do money line. I'm starting to get to the point of the season where I bankroll so low, I might just start doing the money lines. But today, I'm going to bet this. I'm going to be on this. Cowboys plus 2.5. I think this is the game. They come back into form a little bit, and we little bit of regression with the Falcons. So I'll be on the Cowboys.
nice,
Not proudly,
dude.
though.
Nice. Very cool. Johnny.
Cowboys money line. Everyone's writing off the Cowboys. Everyone thinks they're shit. They are shit, albeit. Falcons are a fucking wagon. They already won the division. Congratulations to Falcons winning the division. Give me the Cowboys money line plus 128. They win this game outright.
I'm on the Cowboys.
Fuck. Do it to us, Sarah.
I'm on the over.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
on the over in this game. I still think the Cowboys defense is dog shit. It seems like a type of offense like the Bucs where Kirk Cousins could just 15-yard pass after 15-yard pass after 15-yard pass and then get in the end zone. And I don't know about this Falcons defense. I know they got some dogs in the back there with Jesse Bates and stuff, but I don't really. Their pass rush is weak, which is probably the biggest problem. If Dak has some time, I think he'll be able to
Jesse
score
Bates
some points.
leaving ruined your favorite team.
Yeah, he did really.
Jesse Bates rocks.
They gave away all our veteran players and just drafted guys who thought they could work, and it just didn't work. So fuck it. Okay. That is it for the 1 p.m., the early games. Go over to the Delete Your Sportsbook segment to see the worst bet from last week.
Welcome back to the Delete Your Sportsbook. Today, we got to talk about a team that fired their coach and brought a wide receiver that's butt buddies with the quarterback. If you bet the New York Jets minus 7.5 against the lowly New England Patriots, you are a fraud, a bum, an idiot. Aaron Rodgers stinks. Devontae Adams can't even break 50 yards. And this team lost to a team in rebuild mode that has owned them for 20 plus years. If you bet on the New York Jets minus 7.5, grab your phone, launch it into the toilet, and flush it because you are a clown, a bum, and a moron. Never, ever bet on the New York Jets ever again.
All right, afternoon games. We're starting with the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are 1.5 point favorites. The total's 44.5. Sandy, what say you about your Chicago Bears?
Not
Big,
so that my
big
Chicago
win
Bears,
last week.
Almost hooked. Yeah, if you had the Bears last week, tough break. A lot of us did. But we're on to this week, and I'm looking at these two teams, and I'm a big Kyler Murray guy, got in a lot of fantasy leagues, so I do vote for him. But the Bears' defense is a really good unit. The Bears' offense also isn't producing at the level. Like, again, they came back in that game late to make it a game, and they weren't really in it. They weren't scoring. It was 0 points at half. I'm going to ride the under here. It feels pretty obvious. I guess maybe you could call me a square for betting this under. But I just haven't seen enough offensively in the Cardinals, and I know the Bears rely on their defense to keep games low scoring. That is how they win. I didn't want to go back to the Bears this week, so I will be taking the under instead. 44.5 is what I have here.
Ave?
I'm on the Bears, plus 1.5.
Wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, honestly, my least favorite pick of every pick
It's a tough
I
one.
have
It's a tough one.
on this board. I mean, I don't even have like a narrative to spin here. The Cardinals won and the Bears lost last week, so maybe they'll
go.
revert this week, and
Johnny?
that's what's going to happen.
I have the over in this game because I like the under. This is a get right spot. I think. This is a get right
this
spot
might
for
work.
the bank. This is a get right spot for the Bears. I mean, obviously that offense looked like shit last week. We know the Cardinals' defense is absolutely dog shit. I think Caleb Williams figures it out this week, puts up a ton of points, and so do the Cardinals. So give me the over.
You know that, by the way, Serge, you know that the Cardinals have 3-time first-team All-Pro Budda Baker in the secondary?
Yeah, I remember you did bring that up.
Yeah, back when
yeah.
we were riding horse and carriage.
You know who's also an All-Pro back at that time? Jamal Adams.
Yes, true.
He fucking sucks. He's
Yeah,
good.
true.
Cardinals minus 1.5 is what I have for this game. Despite the chirps flying Budda Baker's way. The passing game for the Bears, I don't know what happened after from London. Maybe they had like rustiness out of the bye, which I don't know how that happens. Usually good teams take advantage of buys. The Bears didn't look like they did that.
I mean, all in all, they're not a good team.
No, so that's why I took the Cardinals. Minus 1.5 seems pretty easy to me.
Also,
Kyler
a
Murray's
team
gonna
that's not good, though.
What?
Another week of Call of Duty, though.
Yo, fuck, I forgot about that.
It's played out, but
I think
it could be true.
this year
What's
more
the
than ever,
Black
he's
Ops,
been
the-
engaging more in like trolling people, chirping him. So I think he's actually locked
Maybe
in.
he stopped playing. Maybe
Yeah.
he's like, you know
No,
what?
I think he plays.
He just became a partner.
He plays in silence.
Again? I thought he was already like a phase member.
That's different, though.
Okay.
Now he's like in with the game.
Oh,
Let's
God.
Bronny James.
He's
also
talking
phase
with the
member, can't
devs. He's
score.
trying to make it better. He's talking
Yeah,
about
but
how
he
bad the
just
maps
sucks.
are at launch.
The next game, really, I think this is going to be my favorite game to watch this week.
I'm excited for
because
this game
two
as
really
well.
good coaches, two new coaches kind of going at it, Mike McDonald and Sean McVay. Rams minus 1.5, road favorites against the Seahawks. The total's 48.5. Johnny?
Seahawks money line. Rams big week last week against the Vikings. Big win. Obviously, that face mask penalty that wasn't called was borderline match fixing. But I like the Seahawks in a bounce back spot, especially after getting shit pumped against the Buffalo Bills the week before.
I really wanted to get there on the Seahawks, and I just couldn't come to it.
couldn't
been
do it
burned by
either.
them. I'm just going to take the over here, 48.5.
Divisional game
Square.
over.
This is the square. I'm on a couple square shit this week.
Okay.
This is one of them. As Sura said, really excited for this game. I want to root for points, and I think 48.5 is a number that's quite attainable. So I'm going to rock the over here with two decent offenses.
I am on the under in this game. Statistically, two teams. I don't know if they're actually good pass defenses based on the players that are there, but statistically, two teams that throw the ball a lot, and then the defenses they are facing are good against the pass. So I'm going to hope we just have shitty quarterback play. in this
Yeah.
game. Even though Gino's going to throw the ball 75
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be losing by 15.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under in this divisional matchup.
Okay, I'm on the Seahawks with Johnny.
There you go.
Bird gang. DK Metcalf is going to play. I'm almost positive. Mike McDonald said he's very optimistic. He said that about a couple players already this year, and they have played. I think Fant is coming back on the offensive line, and someone else. They're getting a little bit healthier on offense, which I think will certainly help them in this game, considering I still don't think the Rams' defense is that great. They don't have a pass rush, so if Gino can just sit back there and just huck the ball downfield all day, I think they have a good chance of winning this game. So Seahawks plus 1.5.
Our Packers.
Packers, Lions.
Jordan Love fucking stinks.
We knew that, though.
I have a.
But so, do you think he's going to play? Because
No.
there's no way that we're going to know until Sunday morning.
I have my. This is the way I had my lock of the season already hit with the Commanders over way back those weeks. This is my second favorite play of the year, and it is the under. Love. I Jordan Love this under. He's not going to fucking play. I'm telling you right now. Bye week coming up for the Packers. I know my Packers. No one reads more beat reporter crap and dilutes their brain like I do with Packers material. Jordan Love will rest this week. One, maybe you could argue, Ave and Johnny might argue that they're scared. They're like, they don't want to get him hurt, and they already know they're going to lose the Lions. I don't
They're
think that's what they're
playing
doing.
their better player. It's helping the team.
Okay, so Malik Willis, top 5 in passer rating this year with minimum whatever attempts. He's been amazing. Malik Willis won that football game last week. I want to make it really clear. I'm a Malik Willis respecter. But what they do with Malik Willis is much heavier run game, and I think the Lions have scored legit 70 points. Like, they've scored so many points every single week. The unders have not even sniffed. I bet the Titans-Lions under last week, 100 points. I lost by 50. This week, Packers, slower game script. I think they're going to slow it down. Divisional game, this is a lock. Love this one.
Okay, I love that, Sandy. That's a great play, but I am on the over.
Me too.
You guys on the over?
Better
No, I'm
quarterbacks
not.
playing.
Better quarterback is
quarterback's
playing. Yes, that's also
And the
where I am.
Lions' offense is insane, but there is a stat.
Well, special teams has been good,
let's
too.
just think about how many special teams touchdowns did they score last week?
I
What,
think
three?
But
think
that shouldn't
three.
discount how good they are
There's three
offensively.
phases of the
They
game.
are good
Sarah.
offensively, but Johnny
There
was the one
are,
chirping
there are,
80 passing
there are,
yards
but
from God.
yeah, exactly, and they got the ball every single time on like their own 30 or on the Titans 30.
Yes.
Look,
Let's
they
make it clear.
scored 52 points, which is awesome, but
The week before, Jared Goff was 16 for 16 at one point.
yes, their offense is very good, but they're not going to score 52
I think
points
this is
every
the
week.
lowest scoring match, personally, but
I'm on the Packers. The Lions have covered 5 straight. They're at like the peak of their existence, I almost want to say. Like they're up there right now, I would say, in teams of rolling with like, I don't know if you could probably include the Commanders since they won last week. Like the Ravens, even though they lost, and the Bills. They're right up there. I think this is the game they lose. The adjustment for Malik Willis has definitely gotten. It was 6 points like back when Jordan Love got hurt after week 1. It's like 3.5 now, and I think a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's not enough." But like I said, the Packers are Lions are all-time high. Playbook's super simple when Malik Willis comes in, plus 3.5. They cover that in a divisional game.
If the
at home.
Packers cover, the game goes under.
I agree
Okay.
with that. Fully 100% agree with that, Avery.
Okay, I like that. All right, that's it for the afternoon games. Over to the NFL Stock Exchange to see who's trending up and who's trending down from last week.
Welcome into the Week 9 NFL Stock Market Report. Stock is way up on God. He answered Jane Daniels' Hail Mary prayers while bringing shame upon Tyreek Stevenson for celebrating early. Very well deserved. Stock is going down on leaving work early. Anthony Richardson asked for some paid time off and got rewarded with another week's vacation, as Joe Flacco will now be starting for the Indianapolis Colts. Stock is way up on dogs who are not puppies, and more specifically, Jameis Winston. In the Deshaun Watson era, the Browns have had 7 300-yard passing games, none of which from Deshaun Watson, as Jameis Winston was the most recent one to do so just this past weekend. And stock is way down on this very show. Sandy, Sura, and Johnny combined to lose $2,200 last week. Holy shit.
Trending up is the Cleveland Browns pulling the biggest upset of the season. They were able to hang on and beat Baltimore 29-24, derailing Baltimore's winning streak. Another week of Saquon Barkley continuing to look like the best offseason acquisition of the year, coming into the week with 658 rushing yards. Trending down is Nathan Shepard on the Saints trying to kill Justin Herbert. Also, what's new? Cincinnati's defense is a mess. Here's to another week of Johnny's shitty takes.
Primetime games. Joe Flacco and those Colts against the Minnesota Vikings at home. The Vikings are 5.5-point favorites. This line's continuing to come down since the Anthony Richardson news of him getting benched, which obviously believes that the market thinks the Colts, and I think a lot of people on this panel would say the same thing, the Colts have a better chance of winning football games with Joe Flacco than Anthony Richardson.
Geriatric.
You would agree?
I don't think anyone here disagrees with that.
So I just,
At all.
I want to say, I think the benching was a little premature.
You gotta send a message.
To who? To the
Anthony
him?
Richardson.
Because I think it's
He's
more
played
because
less than 60
I think it's
NFL
more
games.
because he
Took himself out of the game.
Yeah. Because listen to this. This
That's
is very
exactly why.
interesting. Richardson's EPA per play, so expected points per play that he's had in his first 10 starts, is better than what Tua's was, Trevor Lawrence's was, and Josh Allen's was, all in their first 10 starts. And that doesn't account for what he's done for on the ground either.
People forget Josh Allen
Was a
bum,
janitor
was a
throwing the ball
janitor
his
for
first
the-
couple years.
Picks galore.
I'm not saying Anthony Richardson is going to turn into Josh Allen because he won't, but I think the benching is a little early. That's all I'll say.
With that being said,
Yeah, who wants to start?
I would love to start here. Listen, I saw Joe Flacco starting, and I didn't even have to think about this one. I'll be on the Colts with the points, plus 5.5 here. I wish I got the 6, but I'm not going to have the 6. I'm going to have the 5.5. I find myself fading the Vikings a lot. Listen, the Vikings,
I wonder why, John.
little bit of a skid. Johnny's been less.
Are you a Packers fan?
I am.
Oh.
But hey, listen, I've bet the Vikings a few times here. I'm just saying, the Vikings a little skid. Johnny's been a little quieter about his Vikings. I think he's starting to become a Bears fan again, if you ask me. But I'm going to back Joe Flacco here. The Colts are a better team with Flacco under center. That is just a fact.
Look so fucking
And
stupid.
yeah, give me the Colts on the road to Minnesota. Not an easy place to play, but I trust Joe
That's
Flacco.
Sandy SquarePants coming at you live right there. Oh, I'm going to take the Colts because Joe Flacco's playing. No, wrong. Vikings, bounce back spot, minus 5.5. They're going to beat the ever-living fuck out of the Colts, and the Colts are going to be in no man's land because they suck with Flacco. and they suck with Richardson. So give me the Vikings 5.5.
I like the over in this football game.
Yeah,
46
I
and a half.
was figured you're
Definitely pro overscript with
Like
Flack attack
the
throwing
the
it.
Vikings get out to a big lead and then
Flacco throws it 50 times.
two garbage time TDs.
Josh Downs, two
get us to
touchdowns.
this over. Yep.
I like the Vikings as well, to be honest. I kind of agree with what Johnny said. I think everyone's going to see like, oh, the line moved down because Joe Flacco's playing. He's the way better option, and then just dive on the Viking or the Colts. And I think Brian Flores is going to have Joe Flacco, immobile 40-year-old Joe Flacco in hell. And then this is probably one of the easiest secondaries Sam Darnold's probably faced. So I like the Vikings minus 5.5 a lot. The Monday night game, Buccaneers at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites. I think that's crazy.
It's a bad
But I
line.
guess the Bucs are still really hurt on offense and a little bit on defense too. The total is 45.5. John, what do you think?
I have the over.
I do too. Let's
Wait a
go,
second.
Johnny.
I have the under.
Wait, I have the under. Sorry, I have the under 45.5. Bucks aren't going to be able to put up fucking points, dude.
How
Like,
did you forget what you had? You just
because I can't read it. The Bucks
it makes sense.
are throwing
glasses
to
under there?
legit
not
janitors.
these ones, though.
Baker Mayfield is throwing to legit janitors this weekend.
Yeah, but they put up points.
Under
last week.
45.5. Give me that. I don't think the Chiefs even score that many points either.
I'm gonna take the Bucks plus 8.5. It's a classic Chiefs thing.
Yeah,
where
Chiefs probably win
They
by
did
10.
against the Raiders last week. Like just win by 7.
Yeah. They don't cover big spreads.
I was gonna
It's
say
just
that
facts.
that's what
It's a fact.
But like the line is so large that you're just like they probably just roll. But I couldn't get there because the Chiefs just always get backdoored late and they don't cover. So
You hate the backdoor. I have the over in this game, in this match. Over 45.5. I think there is a game script for the Bucs to move the ball. The Chiefs have been pretty bad against tight ends, and K. Dotton had a fucking game last week. Todd Bowles, if you blitz Patrick Mahomes, you lose. It's kind of like he was like what Joe Burrow was against the blitz that one year when he was unbelievable. He is just
When he was a fraud.
unbelievable for 4 years against it, and this year he's been even better. So I think the Chiefs will move the ball another year with D-Hop to kind of get going here. Over 45.5. All right, that's it for the Week 9 picks. We'll head it over to trivia to see what stupid-ass questions Babs has for us this week, and then we'll be back with the locks.
Avery, you are up. We're back with trivia. You can answer the first question or not. It's up to you. We finally got that laid out. So, can you name a quarterback that threw 3 touchdowns this past week?
tell you
This is so easy.
come on, this is free.
I just wanted to be. This is not my answer. I want to say Jameis, but I know he threw for the most yards. But I'm pretty sure Jared Goff threw for 3 touchdowns and like 80 yards.
Yeah.
Jared Goff.
That is incorrect. It's Winston and Mayfield. Goff did
Goff
not.
had 2.
Fuck.
All right, Johnny. Name the rushing yards leader for Week 8.
Just looked it up. Do you want help?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I don't honestly, I need help.
I don't know this.
You don't even know who this guy is, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, you don't. You stand no chance. Don't answer the question.
Okay, next question.
Okay, it was
He's
Ty-
playing a mind.
No, you don't.
it was Tyrone Tracy.
Don't know who that is. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
Johnny, I need
Let
you
the
to
week-
name a Clemson alumni in the NFL.
What the?
Let me think about this one. Trevor Lawrence.
There you go.
That's like the Aiden Hutchinson.
But those
That's
are
fine.
supposed
That's
to be easy. Those are
That's
supposed to be.
I'm just trying to mix it up. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
not the
I
same
know.
shit.
No, that was a
fine,
fine
man.
question. Good job, Johnny. You're smart.
Ryan Sura.
Yes.
What player had the most receptions in Week 8?
Oh, that's
remember
hard.
this.
This is hard.
Receptions?
I know the receiving yards.
I think I know who this is. No, I don't.
I know yards. And that.
I will pass, Babs.
It was CeeDee Lamb, had 13.
He had the most yards.
Ryan,
So.
can you name me an NFL player who played in NFL Europe other than Kirk Warner?
Does he have to be?
No, it doesn't have to be active. It just has to be a player.
They had like 8 teams in Europe around the early 2000s. And I mean,
I didn't even know that.
This is shit.
Jake Delhomme.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
What's
Yeah.
NFL
Wait.
Europe?
Yeah, but
I didn't even know.
So Amsterdam, Frankfurt, the Reign had a team.
Sandy, what quarterback threw for the least yards?
Oh, fuck me.
I don't actually know this answer.
And I eliminated guys who like barely threw anything.
David Montgomery threw for 1 yard.
That is true. You didn't say quarterbacks. You said players.
No, if they had to have at least.
Fuck. I really want to say this.
Nice
guy.
young dude.
No, I think he
That's
threw
a
for
good
more
one.
than this quarterback. I'm gonna feel bad about this one because if it's Bryce, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna say Anthony Richardson.
Jared Goff.
no, it was Jacoby Brissett because he had to come in and he
he
actually
threw
played
for
a
the
I
lot.
had a feeling it was gonna be a
threw
trick
for like
question.
60
and also
yards.
me not saying
That's a
Jared
shit
Goff
one.
after just trolling that he had like
Yes,
90
that
yards
was-
dumb.
Yeah.
But how many did Anthony Richardson? He had like none either.
What? No, but he had a really bad stat line at half.
80-yard
But
pass,
finished with
yeah.
175 yards.
Did not know that. Okay.
Communist question. Everyone's favorite question.
Communist
Where everyone
question.
can earn points. And this time you have to name 2 out of the 3, not just.
Okay,
Wow.
Johnny, hear that?
So I've made the communist questions a little harder this week.
Okay.
Can you name 2 of the 3 leaders for interceptions this season?
Oh, I know one.
Sir, you know this player too?
I know.
I actually don't like.
I know the one I have, but I don't.
Yes, because he's on your favorite team.
He's on the Packers?
Yes.
No, I know this guy because he's always talked about for this exact stat.
The quarterbacks with the most interceptions, or
Players.
The quarterbacks.
You guys are fucking idiots. I'm the only one that has listening comprehension.
well, no, he said who has the most interceptions.
yeah, when I think interception,
But
I think
a
quarterback.
player.
No, I thought
he
I
said
wrote
it was
Xavier McKinney.
I
So
wrote
did I.
Xavier McKinney
So
too.
did I.
I already had asked that question before.
I know,
We're doing
that's why-
No,
quarterbacks.
credit to me. I should get extra points for actually listening and knowing the question.
No, he
That
said.
means both your guys' brains are stupidly connected.
Yeah, you said who has the most interceptions.
Well, when I just gave the hint and said, "Oh, Sandy knows this player."
Well, that's why Xavier McKinney is the Packers player.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
it's
you
also
were gonna-
miscommunication.
Yes.
That's fair.
But then once you
we
said,
all know one.
Once you said he's cat shit, then I was like, I know. who
We
you're
all
talking
know
about.
one.
Okay, I'm
We
good.
all know one.
Okay, I have Jordan Love and Patrick Mahomes.
Correct.
That's exactly what I have as well. Jordan
too.
Love, Patrick Mahomes.
Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield.
You are all correct. Everyone gets points.
Now I'll send it back to Sura with the picks for prime time.
We're back. The Brink Truck play. I've hit 1 million in a row.
7
and I
and
am
1.
going to the Dallas Cowboys plus the points as my lock of the week.
Love it.
Love it.
This is why you're the king of the locks. You bet. You just get your hands in the mud. That's a hand in the mud kind of bet right there.
Yeah, I love
Nuke.
the
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Cowboys.
bet it right after this shit. Right after you say that.
I have a sickness. I have a problem.
The over.
Put me in a hospital bed. I'm taking the over in the Chargers-Browns game. 3 straight weeks, we're going to the Chargers for an over. This is the week it pays off. As I mentioned earlier, the Chargers receiving room gets a little bit healthier. Jameis Winston adds a level of explosiveness to this Browns offense that we haven't seen all season. We haven't seen since really Joe Flacco played last year. And the Chargers are throwing the ball. Greg Roman wants to throw the ball now, so he's going to be throwing the ball over 42.5.
You guys probably know what I'm gonna bet. I'm not gonna get theatric with it like I have in the weeks previous. I'm 1-7.
Yeah,
I'll call
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
1-7 in locks this year. Couldn't hit water if it fell out of a boat. But the Lions Packers under 48.5 is my lock of the week. Talked about it earlier. Malik Willis will start this football game. I am confident that will
Are
happen.
you guaranteeing it?
I guarantee.
He is
Put a pin in that.
guaranteeing it.
Put a pin in that, as Johnny says. Malik Willis will be on the field Sunday.
If he's
And
not
also,
starting,
the
this will be the
Detroit
funniest.
Lions have played to 1 million overs. They've covered 5 weeks in a row. That offense is firing. The defense is firing. Special teams is firing. Divisional game. Love the under here.
When was
Slower-
the last time
slower
they
game
played
scripts.
outside? This is the first time they're playing outside.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
This has been written on a lot
Listen,
of guys. People's-
Jared Goff, great, loves the dome. Doesn't love outside as
No,
much.
he
I don't know how
hates-
cold it's going to be. It's probably going to be nice. As you said, the weather probably good.
No, but-
I am praying for rain. I am praying for the worst type of weather conditions because that is how we're going to hit this
Still,
under.
though, this is such an interesting point, Avery. You bring up a very good
We didn't even
point.
bring that up. It's in Green Bay.
My Brinks Truck play is the Seattle Seahawks plus 106 division matchup. They're going to win this fucking game
gross,
outright. They're going to
dude.
beat the shit out of the Rams. That's what they're playing?
Yeah,
Out of the Rams.
That's who they're
I
playing.
love the Seattle Seahawks. That is my
God, you're
Brinks
dumb.
Truck play. I've lost my last 3, I believe. Actually, it might be 2. But yeah, I love the Seahawks on Sunday.
I'm really surprised you went with that. I'm not going to lie.
This is the week we turn it around. That's it for the Week 9 picks. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week for Week 10. Pussies.
Avery is on a roll with him being the only person to hit the Brinks Truck play of the week for the second time in a week. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, this one's a clusterfuck, man. God damn it. Yeah, I know. Avery is the only one to hit his Brinks Truck play of the week for the second time this week. Not time this week. Avery's on a roll in this fuck. Okay, let me just calm down for a second.
You need a cigarette, man.
I need a fucking dart. I need a Marlboro Red right now.
the intro with a cigarette in his
Shut up!